Hello, my dear students. This is Dr. Muhammad Imran Qureshi here with you with the first lecture of Market Technology Intelligence, where we will learn about the introduction to high tech marketing. In this lecture, we will learn about the basic concepts and the understandings of high tech marketing. The second thing we will learn about the different levels of marketing decisions, and finally we'll learn what compose or what consists of high tech marketing or high tech environment. Okay, so these are basic learning outcomes. So let's start uh, with this fundamental question: why do so many high tech innovations they fail, even though they create very good products, they create new ideas, or they create new processes that are valuable to all of our customers or all their stakeholders, but still many innovations they fail at the first stage. Many organizations are struggling in this case because many of these organizations, when they develop innovations, but they are not able to properly market it. So that is why the major failure comes in, because they do not properly market their high tech product, because they consider marketing as a surplus, they consider marketing as an expenditure, but they don't consider this is an investment and it will return with your product sales, and it will increase your profit. So that's why many of the high tech organizations, they are focusing on internal capabilities, for example the innovation or innovative abilities, R&D, but they are not focusing on the second part of that, which is the marketing process. So they are not focusing on marketing. That is why many of these innovations, they are not performing well. Now this is what we need to understand is, basically not only one good idea is fair enough to develop a very good product. Yes, the product can be good, it is useful, but it is not worthy if we are not marketing it properly and people are not buying it. So the sole purpose of developing any product is to sell it to maximum customer and gain the profit. So if you are not marketing it, then you are losing a lot of options of extending your products and extending your market share. So that is why many companies are facing difficulties in this. Okay, so this is one thing. The second thing is, you should consider that the high tech marketing is a complex process, because technology does not follow industry or does not follow market. It comes from the innovative ideas. That's why it is not market driven. Sometimes we develop products, new product or processes, and then we market, or even it is the most of the time this is the case. And that's why it is not market driven. The need is not being developed, or it is not in demand by the market. So we have to create the market. That is why it is more important for any industry who is developing these high tech products. They should understand that not only developing product or innovative ideas is enough to gain profits, but we have to focus on the marketing point also. Okay, so this is what we need to learn. Many new organizations who develop a good technology, but still they are not successful because of the marketing, because they do not properly plan the marketing process. Okay, now the reason, I already mentioned that the role of marketing is downplayed or misunderstood. That is the major reason why companies are not successful. Okay, now we need to understand high tech marketing is a complex process. High tech products is complex. That is why marketing is the second step. Once the product is being done, then after that they have to develop the marketing strategy. So marketing is an afterthought to product development. Obviously they have to think for marketing their product properly, otherwise it is not going to work. Second one, cross functional collaboration is very difficult, because R&D, they need to work, research and development organization or department, they need to work with the marketing department, and they have to pass on the information or each phase of the product and processes. Okay, so that is why we should consider on these points. Finally, high-tech companies are not market-driven. As I mentioned earlier, the need is not based in the market, but it is developed after the product has been emerged, because these are the products which have never been introduced to the market before this. That's why they are new products. They are virgin products. So that's why many customers, they don't know what is their uses and how they can get benefit from these products. So that's why it is important to communicate and then get the marketing done. Okay, so this is how high tech marketing companies are not doing well if they are not focusing on these 3 points. So what are these 3 points? The first, marketing process. Second, develop collaboration between the departments within the organization in order to market your product properly. Okay, and finally, to understand that the need is not being driven from the market, so it has been developed. Obviously, the innovative process has been done through the R&D, and R&D have developed this product, and then this product should be marketed. And that's why we need to develop strategies that create market, that create need for that product, or sometimes they create awareness in the market so people can buy that product and get benefit of it. Okay, so this is how a market of high-tech product is complicated. As I mentioned in the previous class, high-tech marketing is different. It means that the marketing of high-tech products, okay, high-tech product marketing, okay. And when we say the using of high technology for marketing, so that is marketing in using high technology for marketing purposes. But in this subject, we are talking about high tech products and their marketing, how we can do that. Okay, so why marketing is important, especially in high tech product? Because you know, most of the time the company have technology superiority. They have a very good new technologies, a very robust technologies that is very important for the customer, and they have developed new products and processes, but still marketing is not being done. So that's why we have to convey this message. Otherwise, this technology superiority cannot be get benefit for any organization or for any product. Okay. The second thing is marketing competence. So now try to understand when we say high tech product, so there should be two things. The first one is basically your product, your innovation process, your process through which you have developed your product and bring new ideas for the customer. But the second time is your marketing competence. If your marketing competence is not there, obviously you are not going to get the benefit for that product. So these two things, when it combines, then you can get maximum out of your innovative ideas or innovative products. That's why high tech products needs a competitive marketing. Okay, so it's not only just the product, because the product can give you technology superiority. It allow you to stand out or get competitive advantages because you have a very sophisticated and very advanced levels technology. But same at the same time, you are not doing marketing. It means that you are not getting benefit, or you are not exploiting that technology up to the maximum and getting the profit maximized. So that's why it is equally important for everybody or any or organization who are dealing with the high tech products. They should gain technology superiority, and at the same time they have to gain the marketing competence also. Okay, so that is how marketing is important for any high tech product manufacturers. Okay, so that is what we are going to learn in this lecture, or in this subject, how we can do uh, efficient marketing of high tech products. Okay, because it is entirely different from selling a normal product. Obviously, high tech products are more expensive, more sophisticated, they are more important in terms of new technology, high end users. So that's why they have to compete with the marketing technology or marketing competence also. Okay, so technology superiority and the marketing competence, these two are very important concepts or important understandings. They should work together in order to get the benefit from that product. Okay, now when I talk about the marketing, so let's learn about the marketing a little bit more for a basic purpose, because I know many of you already know about the marketing subject. So I will not go into details of this marketing subject, but here I will just discuss about some lexicons of marketing, the basics of marketing, okay, the fundamental, the vocabulary of marketing. So what is basically marketing and how it affects the your profits. Okay, now when we say marketing, marketing is a set of activities, processes, and decision to create, communicate, and deliver products, services that offer value to customer and other stakeholders. So means that you are trying to sell your product and maximize your profit by sending or by offering some value to your customer or stakeholder, and they consider this as a your product valuable for them, and then they can buy it. So that is how marketing is working. If I go with another definition, marketing is a philosophy of doing business that focuses on creating value for customer. So only one thing you should clearly understand: marketing provide customers a value. Okay, so value means that they, for example, we have some products, we have some special product developed by, or for example, a mobile application. We develop a new mobile application. So what value it brings to your customer? Through marketing, you are going to communicate this. You're going to bring this to the customer. Okay, if you use this product, this is the benefit you are receiving by using this product. That is simply marketing, creating value for the customer. But this value creation is basically uses market information to guide internal decisions. Okay, now this value creation for the customer is dependent on two basic or important concepts. The first is marketing information. So you will use market information, the information that is available in the market, for example, through the customers or through the suppliers or through the other stakeholders. You can receive some information, and this information can be used as your internal decision making. For example, if I am a user of, for example, Microsoft Office, now there are a few problems which I am facing with the Microsoft Office or Word or PowerPoint, that I will communicate to my friends or any other people in my close circle, and then this information is going to spread. If many people having the same issues, it means that there is a need to fix this problem or create another product. Okay, so that is why this information is very valuable: the customer, the user information, the market information. Okay, where we have opportunity to improve our product or introduce new product for the customer, and they can use this product for their benefit. Now this is first thing. The second thing is bringing customer voice into the production process. So this marketing also allow customer to provide feedbacks. For example, if you are not comfortable with the Microsoft Office or product, any product, you can send them feedback. This feedback will be used for the improvement of their product. It means that directly people or companies, they are bringing customer voice into the manufacturing process. So that is important. The marketing brings customer voice to the firm or customer voice to the company, okay, to the high tech product. So this is marketing. Don't consider it just like selling your product to anybody. No, marketing is basically fulfilling the needs of other, providing the values to the customer. Okay, so if you are providing value to the customer, mean that you are giving him something which is valuable, which adds some comfort to their life. They need this product, and that is what we call customer value or value to the customer. Okay, so they value your product and they consider this product is useful for myself, and then they buy it. But obviously this can be done through the marketing information, and also you can bring this information from customers. So this is how marketing is working. So please consider this point. Marketing is not just a process of buying or selling, it is beyond that. You communicate the benefits, the values of your product to the customer. That means that you are giving something additional to the customer and they are buying your product happily. Okay, that is the basic concepts of marketing. Okay, now let's move on where these decisions of marketing process take place. Okay, as we know that the marketing process is similar like your organizational process, and there are three different levels of this. What are these three different levels? The first is strategic, obviously, the second is functional, and the third one is the tactical or operational level. Okay, it is same like your decision making for the management or the management decision making process. There are three different levels. Strategic are 5 years or more than 5 years goals, and functional are basically 3 years or 1 to 3 years, and tacticals are less than 1 year or operational type of the processes. Okay, now let us consider what are the strategic decision making or factors of marketing. So how you can classify the strategic decisions of marketing? The first, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So what is your different segments of your customer? So if we divide customer into the segment, maybe this segment can be geographical, maybe based on the gender, maybe based on the age, salary group, or any segmentation which prefers to your product. For example, if I ask you, what is the market segmentation for BMW or Mercedes? You know it very well. The business executive, the people with high income. And what about the Toyota and Honda? Honda and Toyota are trying to provide customers the product for all customers, the vehicle for all customers. Even you don't have a lot of money, but still you can afford to have a small car from Toyota or Honda, as compared to BMW or Mercedes. You are not able to get this. For example, similar concept we can classify or we can implement on, for example, Ferrari. For example, aeroplane manufacturers. For example, other high-tech products. So high-tech products have a very clear segmentation. So when you have this marketing decision, you have to segmentize your population, your customers very clearly. Which are your potential customers? Okay, so divide them into different segments and then target each segment separately. For example, your product is, for example, you have developed a very efficient or accurate hearing devices which you can use for I think people with the hearing disabilities. So it means that these are your target segment. So you have to focus to these people who have difficulties in hearing. This is your simple segmentation. And then targeting. Once you have done this segmentation, you can target your customers easily. So targeting is important in order to reach to the right customer and sell your maximum product to them. That is why it is very important for everyone to understand segmentation and targeting your customer. And finally, positioning, how you are going to position your product, how you are going to uh, showcase your product, how you are going to um, penetrate in your market, means that in your target, in the people who are willing to buy or have the possibility to buy your product, how you are going to position your product in front of all those customers. So that is very important decisions which you need to take on the strategic level, because it comes with some financial costs. That is why we need to understand very clearly these are the strategic decision making. Okay, so for example, this year I'm going to focus on the middle income people only, and I will bring this product only for those. In next year maybe I will have more budget for R&D and then reduce the cost, and maybe I will go with the people who have low cost or low income. So that is market segmentation, targeting and positioning, where you can make the strategic decisions of marketing, okay, related to marketing. The second is functional level. These functional level decisions are very very easy and everybody understand these. I know you also know these very famous 4 P's of marketing. So they are functional level decisions of marketing. What are your products, what is your price, where are you going to place these product, and how you are going to promote these product. These all are basically functional level decision making. So you have to do this decision making very clearly. You have to identify each aspect. I will not go into details of all these 4 different types of the 4 P's, because I am sure everybody is well aware of these 4 P's. That's why they are functional level decision making. Let's move to the technical and operational level. This is where actual activities are happening. So, in order to make any decision in the technical level, you should understand that these are the activities. These are clearly the activities that are related with your daily operations, with your running your organization. For example, if I'm planning to uh, do a survey today, or tele selling, the people who go to different regions and sell your product. So this is operation. Who is going to be your in charge today? How much funding you need, how much budget you need to do this marketing, what are the pamphlets or platforms you're going to use, how you are going to survey the area, and how you are going to reach to each of these houses. This is basically purely operation level decision which you do at the time of doing that activities. Okay, so actual implementation of specific marketing tools is basically your tactical. As I mentioned that remote selling, your people who are going to sell your product to different for example different types of the localities. So you have 4 or 5 teams and you decided you will survey one region today and second region tomorrow. So that is basically your actual tactical decision making that happens throughout the year, and you do when it is needed urgently, because these are very important in order to run your operations. Okay, so this is directly related to the activities. That's why this is also a marketing decisions. Okay, now once we understand that there are 3 different levels of marketing, that is similar for high-tech marketing also. High-tech marketing also have 3 different levels of the decision making, which are similar: strategic management, strategic, uh, functional, and then tactical. Okay, so these all 3 are basically your different levels of the marketing. Now let's try to understand what actually high technology is, what we call high technology, or what is high tech. High techs are the product or the processes or services that are being developed with the utilization of high tech engineering and other knowledge. Okay, now this is also, if I read this, the cutting edge advanced product processes that relies on scientific engineering knowledge. It means that it is a basically innovation which comes from engineering or any sophisticated technological or knowledge developments. Okay, so that is why you should understand that high tech products are those products which are being developed by the utilization of high tech or as a result of innovation in your high tech products. Okay, so means that you are using new knowledge to develop high tech product, and very sophisticated knowledge means that high end engineering, high end biotechnology, high end scientific knowledge for development of these type of the product. Okay, so I think you are clear about the high tech products now. Now let's try to see what are the different types of the high tech products. Now government have two very clear definitions of high tech products. Okay, the first one is basically input based definition, and the second one is output based definition, through which you can categorize the high tech product with the non high tech product. So which one can be considered high tech and which one can be considered non high tech, because it is very important for us in order to do high tech marketing. We should understand that what are the high tech products, what we consider high tech products. So let's go in detail into these two definitions. So first of all, input based definitions. So input based definitions are basically very simple, based on the criteria such as the number of technical employees in any organization, number of spent, uh, mm, um, the budget for R&D, and the patent filed in the industry is basically the indicators of high-tech firms. Those firms who have high levels of technical employees, the more numbers of technical employees, the more funds and budgets for research and development, and they have filed more patents, copyrights, trademarks, or any other type of the patent they have filed in the industry. It means that they are winning the race, and they are the high tech firms or companies and organizations. Okay, so that is why we call that input based definitions. Okay, we have a clear list of input and output based definitions. So this is how we shall understand. Okay, now the second one is output based, whether products embody leading edge technologies. So means that output product, so we see the product. If the company is producing product which are highly sophisticated, highly uh, classified or advanced level of technology has been used in that product, so that is called a high tech company. Okay, so input or output, based on the expenditure is input, and based on the product is output based definition. Okay, so we have a lot of output based definitions. Now here you have one class activity. We have two class activities, a small two class activities for this year or this week class. So first class activity is you have to classify what are the input based classifications and what are the output based classifications. Mean that you have to find out the firms which can be considered high tech based on the input and based on the output based definitions. Okay, so this is your class activity number one. Okay, now let's move on. So how we can categorize the high tech environment, the business environment which we really work on high tech product or high tech technologies. Okay, now this is very important for everyone here to understand. The market environment for high tech is complex and it is somehow difficult. We should understand how we can develop these types of uh, specialties or reduce these uncertainties that can help us in stand out in this market or competition in the high tech products. Okay, let's try to understand. There are three major components that we should understand here. The first is market uncertainty, technological uncertainty, and competitive volatility. Okay, so first is market uncertainty. Now let's see what is market uncertainty. Here I want to mention one more thing. Once you overcome all these three areas, it means that there are three areas where they intersect, that is marketing of high-tech product or innovation. That is the sweet spot. That is the area where we are trying to focus. We are trying to reduce the market uncertainty. We are trying to reduce technological uncertainty, and we can also uh, enhance this volatility. Okay, so let's move on. So, market uncertainty. Here are the factors which we consider under the market uncertainty. Why? The people, or especially the customer, they have uncertainty, they have fear and the doubts of the product, because the product is new and it is new to the market. The people are not well aware of these market or these products. So that is why it is very important for them to communicate, to be communicated by the marketing. Okay, now this product is very efficient, you should not have any doubt. For example, we can take this example for high tech biotechnology. Similarly, in the case of vaccination, so many people have a lot of doubts. So these doubts can be clarified by using high tech marketing, because customer, they have doubts, always they have doubts. Okay, then second factor is customers need. You should consider customer need, they always change quickly. It is not guaranteed that the customer need will be stay same for long period of time. No, it's not going to happen. Maybe these changes comes very quickly. Maybe in a few days customer requirements have been changed. So that is why that is another uncertainty for high tech products. When you have high tech product, you have to deal with the market and the rapid changes or the needs of the customer. That is very important. And but still it is an uncertainty, and then we have to handle this very carefully. The second one in the customer anxiety, the third one, sorry, the customer anxiety. Because customer, they have anxiety about the designs, about the standard. There are a lot of things going into the customer's mind that create anxiety or frustration for a specific product. If it is not going to be the main concept of the marketing point of view for the high tech product, then you will not be successful. It means that you have to address this customer anxiety, which can be lead by the standards or the dominant design already available in the marketing. So in the market, so that's why you should position your high-tech products in a way that reduce the customer anxiety and provide all the information customers needs. Okay, now uncertainty over the pace of adoption, it is also another big concern. Yes, you can develop product, you can foster the process or improve the process of adoption. Means that how quickly people are adopting your product, how quickly people are using and getting familiar with your product is very important, and how technology is going to be diffused in the market. Means that how quickly people are buying your product and getting familiar to using these new high tech product. Remember, high tech product, obviously there is some training or some familiarity is required for everybody to become user or frequent user of these products. So that's why they have to learn. So that may be the pace of adoption. If the product is too complex to use, it may affect the pace of adoption of that new technology. That need to be communicated efficiently in order to reduce market uncertainty. Okay, now another thing is uncertainty over inability to forecast market size. Now, market size is very important. That's why I asked you to do the decision at the strategic level, where you can do the segmentation, you can do the targeting, and you can position your product. But here you should understand that we can predict market, but overall it is very difficult how much our product is going to be in demand. That decision is crucial. but it is also a difficult decision. Why it is difficult? We can predict up to the some certain, but not exactly. Why? There are many other factors. For example, your product is too complex for a normal user to use. That will lead you to a, a false or a wrong market size analysis, because maybe people will not buy as your expectation. So that's why this is another factor which enhances the market uncertainty. So in order to reduce your product uh, uncertainty or increase the value of your product in any uncertain market, you have to focus on these important issues and try to cover these issues during the marketing process. Okay, now this is important. Let's move on. The second point here is technology uncertainty. Obviously the people, they would expect some performance from that product, but at the same time they are having uncertainty, okay, whether the new product will meet our requirement, will perform as we expected, or will do as the provider have promised with them. This is very important factor. So this is a very important uncertainty in the technology market, because the people have expectation, and whether our product will meet that expectation or it will meet the promises we made to our customer, that is also important factor. Okay, so the second is timing. Obviously when we introduce a new product, we have a time frame in our mind. Okay, this technology will be introduced to the market in next year, but we, in any case, there is a possibility. Obviously you can see that now everything is delayed due to this unparalleled or unprecedented situation of this COVID. So this COVID situation have changed everything. But this similar thing happens in the business. There are many obstacles, there are many issues that we have to understand, that can delay the timing of new product development, and that will affect your customer. So technology uncertainty can be the development process. Okay, it can be affected by many factors. Okay, that's why it's really an important factor. Now, customer services are also very important part. The people have fear, and also the technology is required for providing them appropriate services. Their problem have been solved or not? Can we use technology to solve their problem, or the technology can solve their issues? So that is also uncertainty in the market due to the technology. Okay, so customer service is also dependent on the technology, and then the people have this misconception or concept that maybe technology is not suitable to solve their problem, or maybe this technology is going to work for us or not. These all challenges or thoughts that come into customer mind, that is clearly producing an technology uncertainty. Okay, now unanticipated or unintended consequences. As I mentioned, the COVID is in front of us. This is an example for this. In technology, there are many uncertainties can come in. For example, something which we have not planned. We have not planning for that particular problem or situation or issue. So that can lead you to disaster, or that can lead you to um, what we can say the delay in the development, or sometime completely shuttering the project. It means that that is also an important factor need to be considered, that there are some factor, or there may be some factor which may be not under our consideration, but they can affect your technology. That is why they are creating technology uncertainty. Okay, that is also another important uh, process. Okay, now another important aspect is uh, your product can be get obsolete, can be outdated even sometime before introducing that product, others have introduced those product immediately, and then your product become obsolete. So this is also another important factor, obsolescence. Okay, so mean that your product may be become obsolete in the market, and maybe the people are not going to buy it. It become outdated if the timing is not well, or if the technology is not up to date. So that is why technology uncertainty is a very important, a very deciding factor for your technologies, okay, for your uh, market. Okay, now let's consider competitive volatility. This is another important factor, and it is basically the changes in your competitor offering, suggestions, or strategies. So these all comes under this volatility. So for how volatile is your market? For example, competitor. Is there any other product similarly introduced by other companies? They are your competitors. They are your competitors, or they are performing better than you. These all are basically important issues for a company. They have to consider about their competitor. And then the second point is, sometime some strategies by other competitor, they can change the rules of the game. They can change the entire market. So that's why market is considered as more volatile. Okay, so they can use different strategies, or they can use different tactics, and then all these tactics or strategies to kick you out from the competition. So that is why you have to be more careful on these points. Okay, and then product competition. Competition is at all level, not only with the organization to organization, but there are competition based on the product to product. If your product, similar product already introduced in the market, similar product have already been done in the market and using by other people, and you are introducing similar product, or even after your product introduction, maybe some other company will introduce similar type or substitute of your product. That is important to understand. This product competition can make a competitive volatility in the market and create an uncertainty. Okay, so that is another important factor. You should consider all these three factors while you are doing marketing. Okay, that is what we need to understand. Okay, so sometime we do competition, and sometimes we do uh, joint venture, or we try to get benefit or mutual benefit with the other company. That is also need to be considered. So let me show you again these three or four factors which I discussed. Okay, this is important. So if you see now, so market uncertainty means that there is an uncertainty in the market, customer demand, your product timing, the customer expectation, all these or preferences, all these are coming under market uncertainty. Similarly, technological uncertainties are also there. And then we have competitive volatility. All these three factors becoming vital for your marketing process, because if you want to do marketing, a proper marketing of high tech product, you have to counter all these three major components of marketing environment. So it is important for you to understand what people need from your marketing effort, and how you can maximize the company's profit by doing right type of the marketing. So that is why when we deal with the customers, or with the deal with the people who are planning to buy high tech product, these three things, or these three major uncertainties are very important to counter during your marketing process of high tech products. Okay, now that is why we try to understand these concepts. Okay, let's move to the final points of today's uh, lecture. The final point is basically innovations. Okay, so types of innovation. So what is innovation? Innovation is basically bringing new idea or new concept, new process or new market or new product in the market. This can be entirely new product, or this can be small innovations in the existing product, or small changes, or bringing new features in the existing product. Okay, I will explain a few of these innovation type. This is where your second class activity is coming in. I will introduce a few of these innovations, and the rest you have to learn by yourself. So you have to explain each of these innovation, and also you have to mention a few products or companies or features of existing products, or name the existing products which you consider are, are these type of the innovation. For example, let me give you introduction to the this incremental and breakthrough innovation. Okay, incremental and breakthrough innovations are very important and very clear, and we all do that. For example, if you already have a product, for example, Microsoft Windows, we know that it started with 1997, 95, 7, and now 2000, and now we have every year a new uh, version of that existing product. Okay, when it Windows was introduced to the market, it was a breakthrough product. It was a breakthrough innovation because it was entirely a new product to the market. So when you have something entirely new, that is called a breakthrough innovation. Something introduced new to the market, or something very virgin or new for the people to use or people to see, is a result of innovation, which is called a breakthrough innovation. Okay, now another is, we also call it this is a breakthrough, and then we have incremental innovation. Now after 1995, for example, Windows were introduced in 95, so 95 next version was 97. So it means that after 2 years they have improved the progress or performance of this innovation or this product. So this is called incremental innovation. Okay, so we have two names, incremental and breakthrough. Breakthrough innovation, sometimes we also call it a radical innovation. Okay, radical innovation. So incremental are those innovations which are very already improvement in already existing features or existing products, and breakthrough is bringing something entirely new. I explained to you one example, which is Windows. When it was introduced, the first version, it was a breakthrough innovation, and later the rest of the versions are just the improvement of existing features on existing products. So that is called incremental innovation. Okay, so breakthrough or incremental. So Tesla bring the electric vehicle. This is breakthrough innovation. Okay, now Honda started with the hybrid product. This is called incremental because they already manufacturing the vehicles, and but they just use the using the hybrid vehicle. So hybrid mean that just added one feature in the existing product. So this is incremental. So similarly, we can consider product versus process versus organizational. Then we have architectural versus modular. Okay, we have sustained versus disruptive innovation. All these innovations types are very important. Now I have introduced the first innovation type, which is incremental versus breakthrough, or incremental versus radical. The rest of the three, it is your responsibility, or it is your class activity to find out what are these on the internet, on any slide which I have already provided you slides. I have already given you the books also. So you can read, try to understand, and write your own definitions or own understanding of these three concepts. Okay, product versus process versus organizational, architectural versus modular, and sustained versus disruptive innovation. So these rest of the 3 points you have to explain by yourself, but with example. Each time you have to give me one example. So please, in this class we have two activities. The first one was basically we talked about, sorry, I think, let me check what was our first activity. Yes, we had first activity, uh, classifying the companies based on the inputs and outputs. Okay, so definition, input or output. So you can classify different types of the companies, or different types of the companies. Would you consider them high tech? Which are these, based on output definition or based on your input definition? For this, you can check out the slides already uploaded on the ulearn, so you can just check those slides also. Okay, and this is the second class activity where you have to find out the definitions and the concepts of innovations, different types of the innovation, differentiate them, and give me one example of each. Okay, I hope so. This lecture is very clear. Let me just conclude this lecture in 2 minutes so we can understand what we learned today. So, we learn about the high tech marketing, the basics of high tech marketing, what is actually marketing, and how high tech marketing is working. What are the basic definition? And then we discuss about how decisions of marketing has been taking place in the organization. Means that there are three different levels of decision making process: strategic, tactical, and operational and functional. Okay, so these are strategic, functional, and tactical, or we call it operational. Okay, so these are the three levels. And then we discuss about the how these companies has been classified into the technology firms based on input and output definition of high tech firms developed by the government. Okay, and the second part, we discuss about the marketing environment, high tech marketing environment, where we discuss about market uh, uncertainties, technological uncertainties, and then we discuss about the competitive volatility. Okay, so all these three basically features of high-tech marketing environment. And finally, I discuss about the types of the different innovation, and where I ask you to work on these four concepts, which first I have already explained in detail. The rest of the three you have to explain by yourself, and you have to find out one product to explain in detail how they are linked with this type of the innovation. Okay, I hope so this lecture is clear, and if there is any question you can post me in the comments, and I will try to answer your question. Thank you very much and have a very nice day.